Alright guys, so I put out a video the other day talking about exactly my problem with Voiceplay. And I know there have been a whole lot of comments on that video, but I have not read them as of yet, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Oh god, this is going to be bad. I already know it's going to be bad. I can already feel the VPs coming at me. Pause. Okay, so I'm a little nervous, obviously, because you anger people on the internet, you never know what they're gonna say. So, got them up here to the best of my ability. I don't know if you guys will be able to read this entirely, but I'm gonna try. Okay, so let's see here. Christine Stromberg. Voice player not always theatrical. Examples: Mr. Blue Sky, Shaboom, True Colors, Can't Help Falling in Love, Boy Band in 5 Minutes, Tennessee Whiskey, etc. I haven't seen any of those, so that's good. Hey, a person suggesting more voice play for me to check out. That's what I'm looking for. There's gonna be probably something. Maybe you try to lighten up and enjoy rather than being so critical. No, the point is to criticize because reactor. The point is to look at things. Anyway, thank you, Christine. Sally, hi Sally. Okay, yes, voice play stats call us points. I'm sitting on channel. Yep. Sally's a fairly new subscriber. Actually, showing that she's not subscribed. Okay. Hold on. This seems like okay. A list recommendation that you potentially revisit a couple of the ones you've already seen. Just pay attention to the backing vocals. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. I don't care. That doesn't matter to me. The overall sound matters more than I just have to listen to the background vocals. That doesn't matter as much. I can hear what's going on. I'm not completely obtuse. Okay, I just pay attention to background vocals. The theatrics can very easily draw attention away from it. That is a good point. Which goes into what I was saying about them sometimes being a little much to the point where it's not as cohesive as it should be. Okay, maybe listen without watching the videos. Oh, see, I don't care about the video part. I mean, it does matter, but it doesn't at the same time. You know, hold on, let me scooch that up just a little bit. I'm not gonna pretend I agree with you or understand some criticism. I absolutely adore voice play and everything they do. However, I know full well people can be incredibly different. It goes to everything. The music test, one thing I definitely agree on is that Tim Faust said at the end of one of their videos, I think it was everyone obviously. Choose any two humans from any two places on the planet, they will have more in common than they have differences for one another, so let's be good to each other. I don't think I ever caught that at the end of that video, but that's good. Tim is a smart man. I like Tim. Okay. Alright. Really appreciated your considering mostly calm explanation. I did like the haunting sound of Melinda's versions. It had similar vibe in the original start of Hoist the Colors. Heartbreaking scene of men and women and children. See, here's the other thing is I don't know that scene from the movie. But for me, their version did capture exactly what was supposed to be coming across. It's very different. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, very moving. Feeling much the original voice play. Tried paying homage to the original of everything they do, but never try to recreate it. That's true. Carry On, Wayward Son. You know what? I have listened to that one, Ilona, and I didn't like that one. I hate to say that. I love that song from Kansas because I'm a Supernatural fan, and it's a bit much. I realize I'm like really close to the camera, but I can't push it back too much further. There we go. Arranging is by Lane Stein, beatboxer, and LA rhymes with Jelly. Yes, Jelly. Jacobson, the bald tenor. He's the bald tenor. Bald and beautiful. There you go. I frequently pushes Jeff to go higher and or lower. Got it. You'll probably find unnecessary bass notes in their work. Yep. Always have, so far. Now, okay. Now, I say that, but, like, I think there was, like, very little in Friends on the Other Side, for instance. I realize you can't see my hand necessarily, but I'm doing this a lot. Okay. Thanks again for our explanation. I apologize on behalf of any voice players who are unnecessarily rude. I appreciate that, Ilona. I don't really agree with you giving them a chance. Can you stop the video a few seconds in and says, okay, we're looking for here. I'm paraphrasing a bunch of overacting, theatrical associates over the buyers, not really giving it a chance to have your own opinion. But see, that's the thing. That's me being exposed to them and knowing what to expect from them. Is that a bias? Yes. But the difference is like I'm on the opposite end of your bias. Am I always holding that against them? Probably. But it's just what it is. It's just that's the things I expect from Voiceplay. Saints Crib, you might like some Voiceplay's older stuff. Hold on. I'm gonna reply. See, that's the thing. It's like I figure a lot of people are gonna get mad at me just for you're using bad words and still talking negatively, even though I'm expressing my thoughts and feelings on the thing. I expect people to be angry about that. So far, I'm getting mostly understanding, but disagreeing. And I don't care if people disagree with me. That's not the problem. It's just if they're rude or not. You know. It's like, and there's been rude people. In fact, I'm going to look for held reviews after this because sometimes there's or held for review. Now there's a lot of comments, so I might not read all of them, but I'm going to go. Well, I'm going to read them all. I might not record them. Okay, Caroline. Okay, so there's somebody who literally said the thing I said not to say. No, I'm going to keep watching them instead of defending them. You just told me to give up on them. That's really pointless. Okay. Sally. Kenneth is someone who shares a lot of your reservations about Voiceplay. I did find that they had a patch of 2020 songs that I do still enjoy, versions of Bones and A Little Heart of Life. See, I don't know those. I don't know those songs at all. See, this is useful information to me. Like, more songs that I should go look at instead of me just picking and choosing and being disappointed by what I find. And that's really, like, if it's people who like their songs, and so if Sally there, different Sally, tells me that she doesn't like the same stuff about Voiceplay and she's found songs she likes, that's the information I'm looking for. Songs I might like from Voiceplay. And so, like, I get people wanting to have an emotional reaction and stuff like that in defense of their favorite group. I guess I understand that, but I don't do that, if it makes sense. Like, I don't need to defend Home Free from anybody. I just need to defend people who have bad opinions, you know, or I have to defend against people who have bad opinions. It's like, if you have an opinion based on nothing, and you don't explain your opinion, but my cable is totally wrapped around my chair here, then it's not good. I at least explained my problem with Voiceplay, and even Jeff in general, but it's like some people just don't care that I actually want to find something I might like, and instead want to just tell me to go away. And so the people who are being nice and actually offering a proper good opinion and a good idea of where to start looking, I appreciate that. So what's up? Well, see, here's the thing, Candace. You can love Voiceplay, and I'm not trying to tell you to not love Voiceplay. I'm telling you why I don't. I'm trying to understand why you do. That's the point of the conversation, not you're wrong for liking Voiceplay. I want to know why you like Voiceplay. So, okay. Alright, hold on. Nate Baker, who was one of the guys I had to quote, he says, "You won't like my mother told me because there's a lot going on. If you want something closer to the original but less VP flair, try Carry On My Wayward Son." Once again, I have seen that one. I did not like it. Wait. I might take that back. I might walk that back. I may have watched someone else's Carry On My Wayward Son. It might not have been theirs. I have to double check. I thought it was theirs and I didn't like it. It is what it is. Okay. Oh, I went through Christine. I scrolled too far by accident there. Hold on, wait. Oh, he said more things, sorry. Weaving through a window, don't know that one. Can't help falling in love with you, haven't heard that one. If you don't like those and you're iffy on what you've heard already, you're not sure where you go from there. Okay, fair enough, Nate. Okay, Christine, one of my subscribers, friend of mine, working for me, just told me the problem a lot of musicians have. You don't have to show everything you know on every song. Sometimes these groups forget that in order to impress. That's why I like Home Free best. They found the balance. Okay. Okay. Dagmar says mostly the same. It's not about showing off. It's about enjoying singing. What they enjoy singing. I can't read. I got bright lights in my eyes. It's hard to read. What fans are listening to. See, that's the thing. Is like, do you make something that's to draw? Do you has the ability to draw in everyone, or do you just make something for your fans? Thank you. Just explain to me why I could not get into Voiceplay, and I've tried over and over again. Oh, okay. So this is Cavamon. Okay. That interesting name. Cute dog, by the way. I certainly recognize the talent, but it's the overproduction factor and vocal acrobatics that put me off. See, I've spelled it out for somebody else. So I think that's what it is. And as a couple people have mentioned, is like, yes, having different tastes is a thing. I mentioned that before. It's like, it's all about the thing. And it's like, and exposure to my home fries that are always around, and whenever we go watch anything from Jeff or Voiceplay, they almost always say the same thing. And it's like, I like the sound of I like that they can do things, that they are talented technically, but I'm not enjoying the thing they're doing. And yes, people have different tastes. People like different styles of music. And Voiceplay seems to be really, really hunkered down in the one style of doing more theatrical type things. And for some people, like, I really don't like musicals and stuff, like that. But there are some things I really can enjoy, but it does depend. Like, I think that's the difference between their version of, which is really funny because they're covering a theatrical song from Wicked, or songs, I should say. It was more of a medley kind of situation, but it's how they did it versus what they did. Why I said the Superfruit version was significantly better, because just with the normal background music, and then just Mitch and Scott doing their thing, even being silly and goofy as it is, and being literal theater kids in and of themselves, it was a significantly better version to me, because there wasn't a lot of flair, there wasn't a lot of theatricality, as it were, despite the silliness that they were going for within it. And that's the difference between those two things. But I also believe that if you're going to cover something specifically that's from the theater, capture the scene a little bit better, and that's what I think that Scott and Mitch did better in that aspect. Whereas you had 6 or 7 people on stage for the Voiceplay Wicked things, and like, I would have wanted out of that, say, you need the 2 female singers to be covering the female parts. If there's other people who are supposed to be singing in that section, whether they're male or female, get someone to play a part. And problem is, there's too much overlap, too many people doing too many things. It was too busy orally. I don't know. The best way to put it is just like, too much going on doesn't always add to it. Having too many things going on can detract. And that's just part of it. And I think that's one thing that is a part of their style, is just having a whole lot going on. And then sometimes it's more focused, sometimes it's very busy. Just the difference of which song they do in theory. Like the Oogie Boogie song, for instance, I might not have... Well, actually, I kind of actually do. I don't have a particular problem with the song. In fact, I really love Jeff. Jeff in that song is fantastic. But the fact that each of them is playing the characters that they have to play in the scene adds to it for me instead of taking away from it, because they're not doing 4 parts each and then coming in. They all had a specific role. And that's one thing I really enjoyed about that performance over something else, you know. That's just the point. Let's see. Come on. Okay. Katie. Hello, Katie. 2 days ago. Someone who's a fan of both Voiceplay and Jeff, as well as Home Free, will agree that Voiceplay still tends to ride the line between just enough and kitchen sinking. I like that. That's a good way to put that. Here, not first react. I've seen find at least one song that goes well over that line. Okay, in fact, one of the most requested songs, Oogie Boogie. Yup, I said it. I said it. When they don't cross the line, I think they're good. Hold on. Oh, longer comment. Okay. Can easily change positions based off what song it is and who is listening. Yep. My line may also allow for more theater elements because I'm a theater kid myself. Yep, Oogie Boogie was originally a song that I was okay with. More toxic fans around that song actually made me dislike it to the point where it made me groan every time a new reaction pops up for it. I can feel that. Okay. I would jump into group's defense. Forgotten group about the main PTX3. I wouldn't say they're remotely forgotten. I think they're just, and I'm going to say this, and I don't mean it meanly, not as enjoyed. Like the people that enjoy them as a smaller sect of the YouTube acapella crowd. Okay, hold on. It's raining again. Okay, so here's someone doing the bullshit. Hold on. Oh, that's someone. Okay. So, dude, it's cool if you don't like Voiceplay songs. Problem is when you say things like objectively better when you want to just talk about how you simply prefer one over another. No, there's such thing as being objective. It's an objectively better version of the song. Period. It's a venue. A few friends basically this video. You trying to explain where you're smarter than all of us. You understand the problem and you accept. Don't have objective reasons. Simply like one over the other. No, I'm pretty sure I explained exactly why I liked one over the other. Okay, I thought a reactor was supposed to react honestly. Sorry you're getting negativity. I'm not an overwhelming fan of either VP or PTX. I agree 100%. I've always felt VP being in the same season as a sing-off witnessed Tim and Austin continuously getting praise and then ultimately won. Therefore, they drop low and high notes inappropriately to show everyone they're just as good before the hate starts. I don't dislike VP at all, and everyone is entitled to their... Sorry, that shouldn't... Okay. Yeah, that's true. Alright, so... you know what's funny? I've only ever seen Home Free's performances on the sing-off. I know they were the same season as Voiceplay, so, and then obviously they won that one, they went on tour and stuff like that. I don't know about them seeing what they did and then getting jealous and copying. I mean, maybe, but why would you 100% stay with that forever? Because it's not like they don't see what what Home Free is doing now. It's just a stylistic choice. That's all it is. I mean, maybe back then it was something, because Tim pulling out the low notes, especially the longer they went on after Ring of Fire and stuff like that, when he was really just like, you know what? Boo. You know? Like I said, that while definitely shocking, that final note in the Ring of Fire is like, it's that thing. It's their moneymaker. However, it works better than a lot of the times when Jeff is just dropping bass at any given random time, because Tim is actually, like, as they were building up to it, they're all going lower and lower. Tim, and in the more studio version, Tim and Avi are going lower and lower leading up to it, instead of it being Tim in his mid-range and then suddenly dropping, which is what I think at some point they probably would have considered, and then they probably just said, no, that would be too much, and then they do whatever. But no, it's just, and I would say Home Free, even in their earlier days, had a lot of that theatricality. That's a hard word to say. That's a lot of syllables. And they've worked out from it. Like, they're just like, okay, we're going to develop our sound in a very different way, because I think the problem is with the exception of technique, everyone essentially sounded the same. Everyone had the same basis back in the day, around that time. It's just like how far away from the center can you get? You know, some people have leaned towards sounding like real instruments and real produced music. Other people try to make it sound as much like a stage performance as possible. And I mean that in the theater sense, not in the thing. Okay, y'all just have to deal with the fact there's going to be a cord hanging here. My headphones don't want to stay. Whatever, it'll be there. Okay. Natasha, 24, who has mentioned before things about Voiceplay. Something floating. I think you did a great job explaining. Said sad that you had to. Now, see, that's the thing I also get is that a lot of people are like, "Wish you didn't have to explain yourself," and I'm like, to me, I might as well, because people are going to keep attacking me as long as I keep saying the same thing, but they don't know the reason. And a lot of people will never give an explanation as to their feelings. And, you know, towards Nate, who says I can't put together my explanation, I just like one more than the other. It's like, no, I really think I thoroughly explained why I don't like it. Now, I don't have to have a music degree. I don't have to pick out the exact notes and the exact rhythm and the timing of the thing. I don't have to know that it's a 4/2 signature over a 5/8 signature in a certain thing to say this doesn't rub me the right way because it's off by a single beat and Jeff is half a note off pitch when he should be down here. No, I'm going to tell you in plain terms what I don't like about the thing. And I did that. It's like with Melinda, with all that. It's like their voices blend together better. They put out an altogether better sound. The minimal use of instruments, whether it's the flute, the drone, or drum in the background, adds more to the feeling and the overall thing than the other guys did. And like I said, with Coleman Bobby doing two different levels of bass at the same time, but then also harmonizing with the girls, or being I keep wanting to say discordant, but that's not the word I want, and it's annoying. But like it's better. And I've said this, Voiceplay sounds like there's too much going on, like it's messy. Like the blend isn't there, the mix isn't there. It doesn't sound like 2 voices out of 4. It sounds like 6 voices out of 6. Or 4, technically, because you got the other 2 doing what they're doing. And granted, some of the people I had listened to the song probably didn't listen to them on the best equipment, if I'm honest, so maybe they weren't picking out a lot of the different bass notes. But a friend of mine actually said he actually really liked Jeff, which was funny. So he liked Jeff out of all of Voiceplay in that performance. He really liked that, and he just didn't like anybody else. He didn't like that, and I went to him because I know he's got a very, very small window of music that he likes, and I went in with no primer except for listen to these 2 songs and tell me what you like or don't like. And I sent him Voiceplay first, and I sent him Belinda after. I gave him no opinion. I didn't tell him anything from me. I just gave him the 2 songs, and I said, what do you like, what do you don't like, and which one is better? That's all I did. And he came back with, he really liked the second one better, and he spouted most of the same things, but with a little less finesse about Voiceplay than the other thing is. So, you know, that becomes a stylistic choice. It becomes like, I don't like this because it's done this way. It's the way it is. It's like, I don't like that. It's fine. No, it's not me trying to sound smarter than you, Nate. Sorry, I'm addressing that back. A lot of YouTubers do try to do that, but you are also talking down to me in the comments. So don't do that. That's what I call subsplaining. When a subscriber or commenter wants to make sure they can impart every tiny bit of knowledge upon you that they feel you don't know. Whether you care about it or you know it, they're going to tell you. That's called subsplaining. And subsplaining in and of itself is hilarious because it almost always means you're going to be ignored. Because you're just being a know-it-all. It's like, I'm not being a know-it-all. Like I already said, I don't know it all. I'm not smarter than, well, not a lot of people, let's just be honest here. But I'm expressing my opinion. Now when I say it's objectively better, it is objectively better. It's like, it's just the people who don't want to acknowledge that one thing is objectively better than the other. It just is. Sorry. Because one sounds like it came out of the movie, the other one sounds like it came off of stage play. It's a very different thing. When you're trying to capture one vibe and you're close, but you don't get there, it's just an objectively better thing. Okay. Okay, Cali Cat, Voiceplay is perhaps a little too concerned about giving each member an equal lead in every part. Ooh, that's a fair point. Humphrey explained in a live performance interview with Paste Magazine, the four vocalists usually record themselves doing the entire song afterward to decide which of the voices fit best with the song. Yes, that absolutely makes sense. Have everybody who's going to truly be singing, sing it out, exactly on their thing, and then they listen through, and they isolate, and they mix the blends, and determine who's going to lead. When you have 4 people out of 6 vying for lead of the song, that's a very good point, Cali Cat. I like what you said there, and it's kind of what I said. It sounds like people competing for the lead sound that's going on. Now, if you're going to let one artist over another take a part, let them be the highlight. Don't fill it in too much with equal volume in sound of other people. If you're going to have them in there, blend it. Don't make the other voices stand out. That's just the thing. It's like, no one's voice should be standing out unless they have a solo part, or unless they have the specific lead of a certain part. Nobody should be overpowering other people unless it's intentional. And I think that's part of the problem, because there's parts where Jeff was really doing some work in there, and I couldn't even hear what Jeff was doing. We're talking about my new headphones that are actually worth a damn. I mean, I might be partially deaf, but there were parts of that song where I could not hear what Jeff was doing over what the other guys were doing. And it's like, if Jeff is singing something, shouldn't I know what he's singing? If someone else is singing something, I should be able to focus on what they're saying. It's like, it's almost like, don't give everyone an equal part, like Callie said. I'm running out of minutes here. Okay. Chris Moran. It's an interesting name. As one of many crossover fans who Humphrey Voiceplay of Pentatonics, I agree from personal point of view that Voiceplay misses the mark for me. Sometimes it does come down to using tactics that are overused to the point of being annoying. We all love a great bass drop, but it needs to fit in where it's placed. Ding. When it's used as just a gimmick to show off singer's range, it becomes less special. Ding. One of my favorites is Voiceplay's Carry On My Wayward Son. Okay, so that's at least 3 votes for Carry On My Wayward Son, and that leads me to believe I need to go check and make sure I didn't see it. I know I've watched someone's. I know I have. I just don't know if it's theirs. But clearly I need to watch Carry On My Wayward Son. If I have seen it and I didn't like it, because I know there was someone's a cappella cover of Carry On My Wayward Son, and I did not like it. But now I don't know whose it is. If Pentatonics did one, it might have been theirs. Okay. But there are others I like as well, but I find myself having a disconnect between the video when it's all about Flash and less about the connectivity to the actual song and its meaning. Ding. I like this Chris Moran guy. He knows what he's talking about. It's like, thank you, you're making my point for me. I don't even have to, you're saying the words that I probably couldn't say. Personal opinion, I've easily gotten to the point that if I dislike a actor's style or his opinions on a regular basis, I quietly show myself out. Yes. It's one thing to offer up a debate with actual facts to present. It's another just to be an antagonist who won't hear the other person's reasons for their opinion. That's why I watch reactors to see what they think or feel about the videos. I don't know if that means you're leaving or not, Chris. That scares me. I want to like your comment, though. It's like, crap, I'm just an antagonist. No, I'm not. Maybe I am for Voiceplay, but there's other stuff people have shown me that I was like, what is this? Okay, some Russian name. I can't. Okay. That's not a... Please don't type things in... This isn't the same thing, but not in English. Okay. Started listening to acapella music Pentatonics, now for home free. Then I tried listening to Voiceplay. As a result, the exact same feelings you have. Thank you so much for your honesty. Thank you, whoever that person is. One of these days I want to read Cyrillic. It would be nice. I mean, my mom can read it. My parents can... Or my aunts and uncles who grew up in that. Jack of Blades! I don't like Voiceplay very much either. I listen to quite a few other songs and they just don't sit right with me. So Jack has gone externally from my reactions to go check out Voiceplay and he doesn't like it. I know Jack. So it's like, okay. There's just something off with their music. I prefer the original songs over their songs. Spelling, buddy. But that's my own opinion. I'm going to go listen to Two Cellos now. Okay. Alright. Okay. Will. What did you say here? So Will is one of my admins. Alright. Not entirely germane to the point. Nice use of the word germane, Will. But every fandom has a bit of toxicity, and that's why I don't engage with others about my interests, because I know there's someone who will cheat on something, or someone because they don't like it, or, as you pointed out, the what did you try to type there? Well, if I like it, you have to as well mentality is just as bad. Quotation marks will help you get that point across. I was like, what? I don't think anyone is saying they have to like Voiceplay. The problem is he thinks his feelings are based on objective evidence, and the criticism he makes are often faulty. Well, see, how are my opinions faulty? They're my opinions. I don't understand how you can say my opinion is faulty because I don't hear what you hear, Nate. Because you seem to be the one who was telling me about the complexity of the background stuff repeatedly, and telling me that I should go listen. Well, somebody else may have said go listen to something again, but focus on the background. I was like, why would I focus on the background? That's not what I'm supposed to hear. I'm supposed to hear the singing part, the vocals, the thing that is telling the song at me. So the point is, how is my opinion invalid, or how is my opinion not based on anything? And yeah, an opinion is subjective, but I'm bringing objectivity to it as well, because I don't have a dog in the fight in most of the cases. It's like, and in that case, it was a bit more objective because I didn't know the song at all, and I had two different artists bringing it to me, one that I know, one that I sort of know, and I wanted to see what either one would do. So I went in with a mostly neutral position. Yes, leaning towards Melinda a little bit because I like everything she does for the most part. I think there was one cover I didn't enjoy just because it was just too out of sorts from the original. And I think like sometimes you can have a very, very good cover that can even replace the original in fans' minds. And with his acapella groups, there's a lot of that. Like Home Free's Mayday, for instance, there is no other version of Mayday for me. There's a couple other versions there. Pentatonic's Radioactive replaces original Radioactive for me. Peter Holland's I See Fire, way better. His Misty Mountains, whether it's by himself or with Tim, either way, kind of replaces the original. But they're all still sort of in the spirit of the original. Like, you're kind of going that way. But then sometimes a cover is so off base from the original it's off-putting, but also sometimes it's so off base that it's more interesting. Like Johnny Cash's Hurt, I vastly like more than... Sorry, I got an itch like right there. I don't mean to keep touching my face, but something itches. Johnny Cash's Hurt, for a lot of people, has replaced the original Nine Inch Nails version. And the original one is cool and all, but it feels like in a lot of ways the Johnny Cash version actually conveys the feeling more than the original. It's a weird thing when covers take over, and like even, you know, it's just one of those things. Now let's see what Nate had to say to finish this off and kind of seem like a jackass at the end, just from what I saw there. Okay, just things fans point out inconsistency is flat out ignorance in a reaction. What ignorance, dude? We're super complex and different rhythms, and about half the time involves singing text rather than oohs and ahs. Dude, shut up. Shut up. Nate Baker, you are the problem. You are the Voiceplay problem, because you don't care that I've I have stated my problem with Voiceplay. I've made my case. Your case is that I'm not good enough to have my opinion. And in that, you're wrong, and I'm done addressing you. If you comment again outside of a useful comment, I'm gonna delete it, because if you just keep commenting stupid shit, I'm just not gonna put up with it, if I'm honest with you. was like, at least nobody was like very meanly attacking me. Actually, let's go to held for review just in case. No, nobody was. Then again, every now and then comments will pop up. Seriously, I got something right here that is itching me. As for the people who very, very helpfully gave me suggestions, I appreciate that. I'm actually going to stop recording now. I appreciate the people who actually gave me suggestions to go check out for more Voiceplay. Because, like I said, it's like, I might not always like or agree with their style, but if so many people like them, and I like Jeff, there's got to be something there for me to like. And like I said, there's at least 3 songs. Like if I count Oogie Boogie Song, which I'm kind of like that. So Oogie Boogie Song is still good. It is, of course, it's a movie performance. It's not like a song. Friends on the Other Side, once again, a movie song. And then, of course, this one with Hoist the Colors. Now, it's not my preferred Hoist the Colors, but I liked what they did with it. Now, if there's another one in there that I am actually forgetting, I apologize. I'm going to put out more Voiceplay clips. So, guys, if you see me doing more reactions to Voiceplay clips, know that they're all older than this situation completely, okay? Like, if it's not done in a live stream, and I don't specifically say that it's a newer song that I haven't done, because I'm going to go off of your suggestions from here on out, or if it's a brand new song. Okay, sorry, I got a comment, I got a message right in the middle of that. So, sorry, I broke my train of thought. I'm sorry. Either way, so if you see older songs, including the Oogie Boogie Song and a couple of other things like that, the Wicked comparison, I'll probably put that out as its own video. Understand that those are older videos prior to all of your comments, okay? So that's that. So I appreciate anybody who had actual constructive criticism and not just telling me I'm wrong and I'm not smart enough to have an opinion. I'm not listening close enough. I was like, how much closer do I have to listen to not like it? it's like if I hear what I hear, I hear what I hear. It's like, I've not just listened to Oogie Boogie Song once. I've not just listened to Hoist the Color once. Because the other thing you got to think about this is, whenever I have to edit stuff, whenever I come back and do things, I hear things later, you know. Or I watch other people's reactions to the things, which means I also hear that over and over. But either way, so this was me reacting to comments, so this is a little bit different. So, yay. So it doesn't have to make sense, but apparently Nate needs to be loud. Everybody else, even within their criticism of me, at least understood where I was coming from. Now, like I said, I didn't need everybody to agree with me. It is interesting that I spelled it out for people that couldn't put it together on their own. That actually was interesting. So there's that. It's like, okay, so if that helped you, cool. Now maybe, here's the interesting thing. Maybe the comments of this video where you guys are telling me things I should go check out might help other people who also had the same problem and want to find better Voiceplay that they might like because they understand they're gifted and they're pretty cool for the most part, even though they're silly theater kids with a budget. Like I said, their makeup work is actually really on point, so I can never knock that. I know Zombie versus Hillbillies I actually didn't enjoy. That was just too off the wall. Either way, done here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Got to get ready for Throwback Thursday tonight. And I'll see you guys later.